YouTube? It's Courtney coming back at you, and I'm doing another movie review because it's October, which means horror. I just went into Disc Replay yesterday, and I saw a bunch of stuff that I wanted. Oh my god, there was Pennywise, the dancing clown, like a 2-foot statue of him. There was like an authentic Leatherface mask. Highly recommend going there if you live in the area. Anyway, movie today I'm going to be reviewing because I just watched it is Candyman. If you don't know what Candyman is, it is a horror movie, kind of in a sense very similar to the legend of Bloody Mary, where you say the name 3 times, except for Candyman, it's 5 times, in the mirror, turn off the lights, and then he gets you. Well, this story's a little different in the sense that instead of our main character getting taken immediately, by the way, spoilers, I don't own any content. He is taken to her. It's almost like a Phantom of the Opera kind of thing. Like, even the score for the movie is just so Phantom of the Opera and amazing, and I love it. So, what happens is she is doing a paper, like a thesis, on the different myths, and she chose Candyman. Well, kind of a mistake on her end, but we'll find that out later on. As the movie progresses, things start to make it look like she's crazy. First, like, a woman who she met, her dog is found dead when I think her name is Virginia in the movie, or no, it's Helen. I'm sorry, Virginia is who played her. Sorry, I forget names all the time. Helen wakes up next to the bloody dog, and everybody thinks that she did it, and the baby is missing. The baby of her friend is missing from the crib. So everybody thinks she stole the kid and killed the dog. So she's arrested, and the next day, her husband bails her out. Well, she's bailed out, and she is continually taunted by the Candyman over and over and over. A couple of people are killed along the way as well because they got in the way. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't agree with the ending, because the original ending to the movie, I'm sorry, not ending, like a part of the movie that was supposed to be in there, but at the time it wasn't racially accepted and they didn't want the movie to get banned, was that Helen would profess her love for the Candyman, and the Candyman was African American. Well, now that's not a problem now, but back then it was a very sensitive subject. So that was what was supposed to happen, and then she was supposed to fall back into a trance. By the way, guys, I know I'm a bad storyteller, so sorry in advance, but I am who I am. He, just every time she sees him or hears about him, she falls into a trance. And good known fact, for first day or two, they actually did use a real hypnotist. so that they could send her into this trance. They didn't want her to be screaming because they thought it was too cliche, which I agree. And so and another known fact, she is severely allergic to bees, and if any of you know, the Candyman movie has to do with bees. And they had to keep paramedics on set, and they had to have very tamed baby bees who barely have their stingers, so that she wouldn't have an allergic reaction. However, the Candyman himself did get stung in the mouth multiple times and chest. But anyway, the endings of the movie is that a kid sees a hook, which is actually the hook that Helen is carrying into the garbage pile because she hears baby Anthony crying, the baby that went missing from the crib. And she went to go save him. And as she went to go save him, all of the kids and the thugs in the building thought it was the Candyman, set the place on fire, and nearly killed the three of them. It did kill Candyman, or at least until the second movie. And then it killed Helen. Once she came out, she wasn't dead yet, but she did succumb to her wounds. And the baby lived, but at her funeral, the baby was brought, and Candyman's hook was dropped into her gravesite. And we all think it's over until her husband, who moved on with one of his college girls, said her name, guess how many times, in the mirror, and turned off the lights, turned them back on. She killed him. And with that, it cut to credits. And I think Candyman was actually a really good movie. Its background is the slave owner, or the slave fell in love with a white girl, and for that they killed him, and they killed him with bees, and that's why the whole Candyman thing exists. So that would be Candyman, and until my next video, which I'm gonna try and get a hold of somebody, because I want to do an Orland Park Bakery review again, but this time we're gonna just do a cake. So I will let you guys know, and keep on swimming. Bye!